Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee also weighing in this afternoon about the Derek Chauvin trial.
As the country waits for that verdict, which is coming any moment now, and the reaction, the trial was just one of the questions that McKee fielded this afternoon at a news conference with reporters. Our 12 News Politics editor Ted Nesi was there. He joins us now live from the State House. Ted.
Yeah, Kim and Brian, the jury was still deliberating when we were with Governor McKee early this afternoon, and the potential verdict as well as the push for police reform in Rhode Island were hot topics at the news conference. Now, McKee has said he was asked what conversations he's had with law enforcement leaders in Rhode Island to prepare for whatever comes after a verdict. Here's some of what the governor had to say.
We'll be talking to the state police on that issue as it's coming up on a verdict. I think that the behavior of the people that have been protesting in the state of Rhode Island has been great. Hopefully the jury comes to a verdict that I think that we're anticipating, and that it's a situation where people feel as though that there was justice.
And McKee also went on to say that any violence at any demonstrations won't be tolerated. He also argued that wouldn't be effective for the protesters. But McKee expressed hope. He pointed out, he said most of the protests in Rhode Island over the last year have been peaceful, and he's hoping that's the case again, whatever comes down in the verdict we're expecting within the hour. Kim, Brian?
And Ted, today's news conference was actually the first of what the governor's office says will be a weekly series that's separate from the coronavirus briefings we've also been getting every week. So what's the thinking there?
Yeah, it was about a 45-minute open forum for reporters to ask questions of both Governor McKee and Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos. And I've been talking to the governor's advisors. Their feeling is as the pandemic subsides and as the governor himself kind of gets his sea legs as governor, he's of course only been in office less than 2 months at this point, they want to provide an opportunity for him to take questions beyond the pandemic, which of course is covered in the weekly coronavirus briefing.
And the Derek Chauvin trial also reigniting debate in Rhode Island over whether the state should change its own law on police accountability.
And that was one of the topics Governor Dan McKee weighed in on today as he kicked off a series of weekly news conferences to discuss topics beyond the pandemic.
12 News Politics editor Ted Nesi was there, and he joins us now live from the State House with what McKee had to say. Ted?
Mike Shannon, Governor McKee clearly signaled that this was the verdict he was hoping for, saying he hoped it would bring some sense of justice to people who'd been upset by what they saw on the George Floyd video. I also asked Governor McKee and Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos for their opinions on reforming the Rhode Island Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights. That's the 1976 state law which governs discipline and punishment for Rhode Island police officers. Mayors and police chiefs have complained for years that the law makes it difficult for them to hold officers accountable for misconduct, but police unions and their allies have fought back at the State House. Today, both McKee and Matos indicated they're open to changing that law.
Police officers should be held accountable just like anybody else if they abuse their positions. If the Bill of Rights needs to be adjusted to make that happen, then it should be. I'm not really familiar exactly what the articles should be, but I don't see a problem with improving police work by creating a better, accountability system. I think everybody wins by that.
If you notice, most of the chief of police are in support of the reform in the LEA board. So I do believe it needs to reform to make sure that there is accountability. Yep.
And McKee also said he'd be reaching out to the Rhode Island State Police this afternoon to prepare for any potential demonstrations after the verdict came in. But he said, quote, "I think the behavior of the people who've been protesting in the state of Rhode Island has been great." Live at the State House, Ted Nesi, 12 News.